Welcome to session number 41 of computer networking, which is one of the paper for the BSc 6M students. After completing a 40 sessions, I hope that you have a completely momentum gain in understanding the various uh, platform, various technological aspects, various implementation phase, and various applications. Now we move on to one of the important session as a part of this computer network is a virtual network and a layering. I just want to tell you how these techniques will help you in briefing the networking concept to be created virtually so that these resources which we are not going to use it fundamentally can be implemented in the process of reusing or the reutilization. So this means that without creating a much infrastructural requirement, existing infrastructural requirements can be subsidized to create more in application type of networking system. Virtual network, and we can understand the various observational technological thing, say layering. What kind of a layering is useful uh, in implementation phase of computer network? How these layering will help you in communicating from one system of isolated to another system of isolation system in a P2P way under the categorical implementation phase called OSI model. Well, we move on. What exactly you mean by virtual network and layering? Okay. Uh, and another important thing which I want to tell you here is virtual network plays an important role in communicating even in the long-term communication system or a broader way communication system. Virtual network plays, as many of we know that virtual network plays an important functions as well. The reason behind is most of the virtual network implement in a connecting many group of computer network to another group of computer network. If you precisely understand what is a virtual network, the definition goes like this: an interconnected group of networks, maybe an internet, that appears as one large network to a specific user. So, entire global rhythmic or entire global scenario itself is a network. This means that entire the whole of computing system itself is a network. Now, what is virtual private network? Virtual network and virtual private network, there is a lot difference here is. So virtual network in the sense creating some kind of a network where it has been used as a virtually created. This means on a large network to a specific user. So it is not going to use publicly unless this network has to be come into a public domain. So that is a virtual network. Virtual private network in the sense it is created virtually so that it can be secured and attached to various attribute. When we say that various attribute, this means that these attribute plays an important role to securing your network. Well, don't take stress that these are securing network in the sense it may be a security, it may be how best that you are using a protocol system for a data, and what are the various other issues that comes into process of implementation. As many of we know that how a LAN, but over a much larger scale, we use as a virtual private network. The difference between a virtual network and a virtual private network is to ascertain, uh, technically speaking, that these virtual private network are implementation phase of realistic network. But here we need to take care of lot different other parameters as an attribute. Means security is concerned, data transmission is concerned, the standard of protocol is concerned, layering operations are concerned, and what are the different, as I said, different layered application is concerned. And these things makes an important in understanding a private network. All right. So, virtual private network has a long history Way back in the 1980s and the 90s, we used to handle an isolated network system. I mean, the simple local area network and set up the configuration of a server. And we used to connect with what you call as a resource sharing system. And these resource sharing in terms has a standard parameter for communicating to another terminals. Maybe the bus networks are there is a different topology we used to handle it interconnectedly and set up a network system. So now if you look into the history of VPNs, so it has a way back started with a wide area network, where wide area network has a various parameters such as like it used to have a expensive lease lines and reliable sources for communication, secure data streams, and it used to have a very expansive. And earlier day, most of the wide area network used to handle in what you call that's a defense mechanism, secure data transaction houses, banking system, and many more such very complex where the data seems to be transmitted, where the complex interaction is to be there with the clients. These kind of things we used to handle in a wide area network with a secured line. But as per the intranet is concerned, so here intranet in the sense that providing and manifesting the internets within the specific location, we call it as a specified location called the intranets. And these intranets has a limited options, and where only within the premises where the people can interact with the P2P or the application can be shared among with the P2P, and more reliable because no other public domain interfaces is to be there in the intranet, and no other person now, no other third person is try to access and outside the domain also, means outside the premises also. These things makes to understand a very reliable way of interacting with the system, right? Now, if I say secured here, limited in the sense, here they used to set up a standard phenomenon, the standard parameter for communication, means whom you are trying to interact with them has to be a proper accountability. That is what I said, that it is a limited way of interacting this thing. And more reliable, as many people used to have a connection only provided an authorization is to be there, and without authorization people never used to interact with them. That is a more reliable. In other way, it is a very secure because it is working as an intranet provided within the limit of an internet. So it does not used to be have a public domain. This means that no external person want to establish a communication outside the premises or outside the domain location of your network. And the comparatively wide area network or the local area network of a public domain, it has a limited expenses. Means only thing is monitoring of a data stream, network administration, authorization, and providing a security to the users, and many more such. Except those things, expenses will not arrive, any huge expenses for implementation of this kind of facility in the company. And we look into another important factors of say let us take after comparing these history of a network. This is a cost of dedicated private lines way back in the say 1970s to 1990, where the US has implemented a lot of network lines. So this is the general expensive cost, how the people, how the people will come to know that what are the standardization of implementing the network lines till it reaches to. So this is an American map. In India also we have started a dedicated private lines from 1985 onwards, means 1990 to 2000. Many organizations like those who really working on the commercial aspects of a network, they used to have a dedicated private lines. But a common networking phenomena has begun in India somewhere from 2000 onwards, where the optical fiber has gained a momentum. Where the optical fiber has gained a momentum. This means that here we used to have a lot of constraints, a lot of constraint in accessing the network, right? This is just a general representation of how America has spent. Let's assume that the T1 has from one end to another end spent $8,000 per mobile implement, per month, and somewhere say 1,800 to 5,300 per month local. So this is a service provider charges another way of implementation in a real time, right? If you look into the history, virtual private networks are relatively new. So relatively new in the sense, earliest conventional network system used to have a huge infrastructure and heavy line of investment on dedicated lines. But in a virtual private networks are relatively new. The reason behind here is, if somebody is having an already infrastructure of setting up a network, so we are going to hire a part of their services to set up as our network resources by paying them a leased service amount. That is one way to creating a virtual network. Suppose I want to set up a network facilitation, so I need not to have a huge investment. If somebody is already providing a network services, I can take a small bit of small bit of service segmentation and pay them, and I can handle. And under that, I can have a many number of subscribers, and I can provide a services to a many subscriber. This is how the things will work in a standard way of creating a virtual network. And virtual network technology has created very long back. So they used to have a small set of a software implementation in the middleware technology for providing virtualization of a system. Means virtualization of a software, virtualization of a middleware operations, and virtualization of a backend operations. So virtualization, way back in the 90s onwards, virtualization has taken a strong foothold in the implementation phase of a technology. And even though it has way back, it is begin in the 90s, but till 2000, virtual network has not taken a strong foothold, as I said. The reason is, people are hesitant to implement, and the people are hesitant to understand whether it is a secured or whether it is a not secured, whether I am going to a huge loss in setting up, and all those things were there. Now, after 90s, a couple of years, the people understood that future is there in the virtual network. Future is there in a setting of a virtual network. So the people started migrating from their orthodox way of handling or conventional way of handling local area network to a virtual private network, and started the huge amount of a transaction system over. And many banking people started interacting with these virtual network. So where the data and the voice has become a fashion of 2000 onwards. Nowadays, along with the data and the voice, now we understood there are the many such aspects that we are going to deal with the virtual network. So this is a one important aspect of it. Why have a virtual private networks? Many of we know that, and in fact the technological advancement has made people to think generously that use of technology is only the way to survive, and use of technology is only the way to do a business, and use of technology is the only way to handle our social responsibilities. And the many workaholic peoples and the many company strategies will clearly indicates that virtual private network are solely depends on how operational you make, which can be extended to the global scale. So when the 2000, the one particular company has started an operating, say just a few classified operations they have done. After the classified operation, they understood that through the virtual private network, they can extend their operations. They can extend their operations to a global. So initially there was a company which is started way back in 2000, and so they used to call it the Suleka Classifieds. So basically they started on operating in the very zonal wise. Later, these Suleika classifiers went on extending their communication on a global scale. And they have an operation office in US, UK, and other places where they used to get communicated with the different clients of their requirement and localize them. Getting a global requirement and localizing with the private network strategies is a very challenging. And that is how the business has begun. And creating a better communication with the business partners has always led to understand the strategies, company policies, and what you call the how much budgeting their options, and within that budgeting options, how best that we can able to provide for a longer term of business goals. So this is the thing that made virtual private network to think and implement. At the same time, this virtual private network has gained a momentum. The reason behind this is the decrease the cost of having to use traditional methods. This is nothing but immaculating, means this is nothing but handling the last lot of a communication mechanism by using traditional methods. This means that even the copper wire communication is a copper wire media communication is enough to handle a virtual private network. That's what from the 2000 onwards till 2010, people used to have even copper wire networking system incorporated under their category of a virtual private network. So, after the couple of years, they found that there is a radical change in the data transmission. The huge data transmission used to be there. Then they started migrating from copper wire conventional traditional transmission to optical fiber. That's made one more advantages of setting up a virtual private network in the standards. Now, faster, more effective, reliable business. What do you mean by the faster, more effective, reliable business? There are many n number of business issues, especially in concern with the virtual private network. Service, cost, escalating business, business extension, business operation, and the successful protections of their secured data. These are the few challenges that encounter before setting up a virtual private network. Okay. VPN setups. What are the VPN setups that we require? A simple hardware based is VPN firewalls we required, as the VPN firewalls will establish a security mechanism to our data transactions. These a security mechanism of a data transaction has a high impact, because unless and until you secured in the handling a mechanism of data transaction, or the service transactions, or the security transactions, or the service oriented transactions, makes a challenges. So people started working on a simple middleware applications known as a primeware. So primeware started VPN firewalls. What do you mean by the VPN firewalls? VPN firewalls are those firewalls which are entitled to protect the virtual private network to not to access from unauthorized persons, or not to access unauthorized persons in the network system. That's how we become a VPN firewalls. Then VPN has come up one more advantages over the edge routers. Now these edge routers, in the sense providing a routing mechanism in the fashion of setting up a standard network to a global network, we have to set some standardization of routing wherever the possibility of transaction is there. Now, the base for these VPN setups are the software base. So VPN has come up designing a small level of virtual private networks in terms of a client system. These client system has a mixed and mode reactions. So mixed and mode reactions in the sense, the clients will always request on the basis of service generations. And the client is always an interactive only when you realize that there is a service accessibility from the server. So as I said, once again, I'm just trying to give you the definition over a client and server. Client and server are those systems which actually works on the common agenda of a transaction system. Common agenda of a transaction system in the sense VPN has provides a client based, means a service based from the client system. It has to generate a request, and these requests will make use of providing an accessibility for in all the resources which you are trying to give as a service. So the client and server request on the two level of an architecture standard, and these two level of architecture standards we call as a two-tier architectures. Further, they have an extended in a mix and mode. So extension of services from the two-tier architecture, it becomes a three-tier architecture. And further an extension of a global scale, converting the two-tier architecture to a three-tier architecture. From the three-tier architecture, the technology is enhanced and the scale up in the form of n-tier architecture. So please make a note. What are these standard architecture system? I'll tell you, these standard architecture systems are those systems which enable us to understand three important phases: physical interface, logically interpretations of data transaction, and the physical and the logical. There is a middle way to interact with the physical to a logical to the backend. So the transaction journey from the physical to a logical understanding and logical understanding to a till implementation phase of the backend. The generation means the generative movement of all these transactions from physical, logical, until it reaches to the backend system. This is what we can call as a tiered architectures. Three tier in the sense physical mechanism of an address, logical mechanism of address, then a storage mechanism of address. Storage mechanism in the sense, of course, a storage and the retrieval. Storage and the retrieval are the continuous interactions which happens, of course, and maintaining these storage requirements for the longer term of it. This is how the things will work when it step into the mixed mode of virtual private network system. We move on to what are the VPN hardware. Let me tell you, the VPN hardware we required a standard router systems, a protocol based router system, and these router system will enable you to understand the requirement for your VPN setting up configuration, and various switches we required, and various terminal DT, that is data terminal equipments we required, and various data communication centers. So data communication terminals we required, and data what you call the data assessment equipments we required, and communication system monitoring, and various channelization of security mechanisms, and various standard protocol, operational protocols, secured protocols, and various another important issues is setting a physical network. Communicating with the physical network become a challenge in the virtual private network. So these are the simple VPN software. Of course, there are the n number of VPN softwares are there in the market, but one of the best VPN software is how best that you can enhance the possibility in setting up a VPN. So there is one particular company from Hamachi. It's an international consortium company where 3 to 4 countries have invested for setting up a VPN software for handling various transaction backend system for your virtual private network. The triggered name or the branded name for Hamachi is a LogMeIn. So here, what is exactly these kind of a software will provide in terms of accessibility is concerned? One is it provides a backend support for your virtual private network, and service escalations, network escalation, network monitoring system, handling the different client system and analytics of a client system, and different security mechanism of a client system, and what are the transaction methods that they are adopting, setting up the gateways, many more such. The list is only few, but when you talk in sense of a practical, there are the n number of software that establish the reality behind the connecting logical process into the virtual private network. Right? Now, what are the VPN setups? Now, when you trying to access from one end to other end, so here you are going to make a logical connections through the physical media. So this means that you are sitting at home, able to connect and communicate to a server. This means that you are remotely connected to a company server. Or the company is establishing the communication channel to a client sitting remotely. So the transaction between the remotely to a physically located one system is a challenging process which has to be understood and identify. This mechanism continuously is need to be established again and again for various scaling mechanism. So you are running a small company, so your escalation is only a small company's requirement. When your escalation is a larger level of a companies, then your strategies and policies will change. And these strategies and policies will always handle a strongest authentication practices in terms of handling a backend network phenomenon. In a computer network, one of the biggest challenges, what are the security mechanisms that you are going to deal in each and every phase of implementation? Either it may be a software, either it may be a hardware, either it may be anything other than the software and hardware. So other than the software and hardware, we call as a communication triangles, or setting up a base stations, or communication process mechanism, protocol administration, authorization of a client. So you keep on listing n number of services for setting up a computer networks. What are the scalability remains, and the important issues must be able to handle larger number of users. That is the biggest challenging VPN setup. Okay. Now, what are the remote setup? Now, here I am just trying to illustrate with this example here. Employee router connected to a LAN A, with the LAN A system is connected to employee router, or many number of terminals are connected to encrypted router called a organizational router, connect to an internet where the n number of users ready to access your services through internet, and many more of such type. So home users, mobile user, company users, many more such things. Now VPN setup in intranet setup, if you refer the standard guidelines, in the year of 2006, IUT, International Union for your telecommunication system, have come up with the guidelines that these are the some standard essential requirements before setting up VPN. Refers to linking a company's internal branches or the subsidiaries together. These are in intranet setup essentials. It requires a high security, must be able to transmit and receive sensitive informations without hesitation. This is an intranet requirement. At the same time, it requires a high reliability, the scope for high reliability. When we talk about a reliability, how do we say that reliable is a constructive? There is a simple way. Reliability makes a constructive only when there are the certain standard of application that affect the day-to-day operations. And these operations has higher standard of scalable. And these scalable to be make as a point of data transaction mechanism. We call it the data transaction mechanism, right? So now this is a intranet based services where your local area network become a one physical way of handling a transactions at the backend. Connect to an internet through the encrypted router. I mean, any router which has your valid authorization is called an encrypted. You are not going to use any standard algorithm to implement. A simple router is an encrypted router, and this router makes to transaction in the form of different data transmission and connect to another local area network. Nowadays, even at small institutions also, we're having an intranet-based communication system. Your fees payment structures, student communication system, student attendance monitoring system, student what do you call the learning models are setting up a LMS. There are many more such applications that we can use to handle intranet based services for the students communicating with the teachers. There is a three stakeholders: teachers, students, and the organization. And the VPN setups are the refers to the VPN between a company's customers and the supplier, and it requires a standardization of IPsec, that is a Internet Protocol Secured System. Current standard of VPNs. Need for traffic control networks must be monitored for accurate delivery of critical data. These are the essential standard for setting up here. This is an extranet based, where when you come to a global domain, when you come to a public domain, then we refer this as an extranet based. And these extranet based are very essential. And it is as good as like connecting with the internet based. Right? So how VPN works? We need to have a tunneling. Tunneling in the sense process of mechanizing a data transmission through the channelizing it. That is called tunneling. It creates secured point-to-point connections over a public network, but still nobody can trying to access unless you have a standard way of implementation policies of a security. And there are the three important phases here in the diagram, that each box represents an encapsulated. So original datagram needs to be handled with the different data fragmented formats, data encapsulate formats, data parametric formats, or data structural headers, unstructured headers, isolated structured datagrams, or we can call as a clubbed datagrams, or the clustered datagrams. Many more such things will come. Encrypted transport datagram. Encrypted transport datagrams are the datagrams which deals with n number of variations in the form of transmissions. This is called encrypted transport datagram. And datagram in a header level can constitute a many more such situation in the way of implementation. Right? So this is a simple internet has client to a server configurations. At the left side, it indicates a standard protocol mechanism. At the right side, it indicates a standard protocol mechanism. So it is, as many of we know, that it is a synchronous transmissions. We need to tie up with the same set of client to a server sector, having server protocols such as a NetBEO, IPX, and the TCP/IP. VPN as an adapter, TCP/IP as a protocol, dial-up is an adapter, or connection less oriented, or connection oriented, many more such things. It depends on how best the client level procedure that you are following for communicating to a server. Similarly, from the server to a client system, right? So these are the simple representation of how the VPN network make use of it, right? We move on to that. We move on to our next important discussion is security requirements and approaches. One of the important is confidentiality. If your data is in a public domain, we have to ensure what level of data can be accessed, who has to access, and what level of accessibility constraint, and what is the level of authorization, what standard of authorization, how standardization mechanism is to followed, what are the procedure techniques that we have to be recorded, is the level of confidentiality. So this means that privacy of any data information is a stake of confidentiality. Now when it goes to encryption, secret key cryptography or the public key cryptography, even though certain protocols ensure the basic level of security mechanism, but that is not enough in handling your standard way of implementation, right? So encryption, encryption is nothing but encoded data transmission over a period on the network system. Our network follows a standard way of communicating using an encryption. You can define anyway. But the simple definition is nothing but simple definition. If you want to define it, encryption is nothing but a simple way to handle the complex data with the help of encryption. Means encrypt it, so that means encode it, so that another people cannot access unless it has been authorized. So there are the public key, private key, MDS, that is a message digest hashing algorithms, SCT protocols, that is a secured electronic transactions protocols, SSI protocols, there is a secured socket layer protocol, SSI. So another TSI is a secured and synchronized socket layer protocol. Our HTTP protocol, they say the higher transaction protocol system with the security encryption. There is a many more such protocols will come as a part of encryption system. Now the security requirements, what we need is a data integrity. Ensure the data has to be followed in the standard way of transactions, that is called the one-way hash functions, and message authentication codes are the digital signatures. These are the some very few basic techniques. If you extend and read completely with an extended form of or the refer a Google, then you can understand how these encryption has made an impact on the human life, right? So security requirement approaches like authentication, ensuring the identity of communicating parties. You can authenticate with the help of user login credentials, or practice of authentication like a password authentication, providing a digital certificates, token cards created from a timestamp, and many more such issues will be addressed in a realistically. VPN protocols are the IPsec, that is the Internet Protocol Security Protocols, are the secured protocol of Internet. It developed by ETF, designed to address an IP-based networks. You make a point. It encapsulates a packet with another packet to encrypt with the packet, so that a standard implementation is to be carried out. PPTPF, point-to-point tunneling protocols, used for remote users, encapsulate the data packets. So these are the VPN protocols like L2TP, that is layer 2 tunneling protocol. So this is a standard protocol in a VPN. There is a certain functionalities are involved, such as evolved from PPT, client-aware tunneling, client transport tunneling, SOX5 as a standard operating functions as a circuitry level protocol, originally designed to authenticate protocols and mainly used for extract the configuration and several application protocols. How do we select a VPN? Things to consider before integrating into real-time applications, such as you have to integrate them. It will be compatible with the existing intranets, or you can standardize it to replacing with the additional facilitations. Of course, if you feel like there is a scalability is required in the hardware, you have to escalate. If a software is required to be escalated, you can think about a software changes before setting up a private. These are the applications of virtual private networks. Manufacturing industry, we use a factory operation linking corporate headquarters to all of its facilities. In a retail industry, we use a local stores as connected P2P communication at the point of sale communication, or POS, point of sale transaction system, to a delivery system and the inventory system. In a medical, transferring the patient data across the hospital networks to handle the situation. Finance, online banking transaction, remote user access, and many more such. So applications of VPNs, you can home users, Windows VPN connection, VPN connections you can see. So problem with the VPNs is setup times, difficult troubleshooting. If you have a standard person to authenticate a network, that you need to have a troubleshooting. Interoperability with another networks, reliability with ISPs, bandwidth constraint, and many more such operations. These are the network layers. We are reaching at the flag in discussion of the today's session. These are goals and these are overview. Understand the principle behind the setting up, say the routing, path selection for the transmission, dealing with the scale, how a router works, functionality of a router, security of a router, advanced topics, how the protocol migration for 4 to 6, network layer services, routing principle, intranet routing protocols inside a router, IPv6, and many more such things. Well, this is a network layer functions. It works in a path determination, switching, call setup. So path determination route taken by the packets from source to destination with the standard routing algorithms. Switching is a move packets from router's input to an appropriate router to another output. Call setup, some network architecture requires a router call setting up along with the before data flows, right? So these are we can call as a simple instructions level implementation, and these are the some standard way of communication methods to be set up. So if you maximize this, I can tell you how these layers of operational things will work from one system to another system in a longer bandwidth of these systems. So a simple data link to a physical, data link to physical, data link to physical from terminals to a server, right? Now, these are network service models. Service model refer to a channeling or the transportation, and many more such questions are there. Loss free delivery, in order delivery, and many more, right? These are virtual circuits. Source to destination behaves much like telephone circuit. So call setup, tear down for the call before, call management and other things to a router, and many more. This is a virtual circuit signaling protocols. Helps to understand and set up to maintain virtual network in a standard method of transaction system. Okay, these are the application to another level of application system. Initiate the call and incoming call, set up to a network, and many more. Right. So from incoming call to initiate a call connected to a server. This is a simple way of handling received data and the data flow of a system. So thank you. We will stop this discussion over here. We will see in the next session of a computer network. Meanwhile, just go and take a different scenario wise understanding of whatever we learned today for the virtual networks, and how these virtual network plays an important role in setting up a company's phenomena of another things here. Okay, so I hope that you can understand the basic terms in including. So till the next sessions, have a good time. Have a good time and keep reading and keep watching an important videos. Thank you very much.